Mark this video down because you need to listen to this. It's really significant. It could end up being the most important thing that I ever say, but it could also be the most important thing that you ever hear, okay? Now, this is where I see AI at the moment. There's two ways this could fall. And I've been involved with AI now for just over 12 years. So I'm still learning a lot about AI, but I've seen a lot about how it's made, how it's produced, how it's created, the thinking behind. And there is a fear that AI at the moment could get to super intelligence. Now think about this, super intelligence. It's not there yet, but there are people trying to get there. Super intelligence is like having someone like an Einstein times it by 20,000 and could read 1,000 books in 2 minutes, can apply that to actions, can learn engineering in 5 minutes. That's the kind of intelligence we're talking about here. Right now, we give AI its goal. We tell it this is what we want to achieve. This is the process. We code it, we program it, and so on, and then it learns from a lot of data. If it gets there before a majority of humans become deep learners. So if it gets there, super intelligence, before a majority of humans become deep learners, humanity will lose. It's a simple mathematics as that because this, if it gets to that, and if you asked me 5 years ago, people would tease, jokingly about AI becoming a Terminator type robots where they'll turn on humans and so on. And I used to laugh at that and I said, that's not going to happen. But if it gets a super intelligent, we don't know what's going to happen. It could go beyond that because it'll start creating its own goals. It will exponentially keep growing, and then it may come to the decision it doesn't need humans anymore. That could happen. I'm not saying it will, but that could happen. The problem is if it gets to there before a majority of humans get to deep learners, humanity's in trouble. This means one thing: war with AI. Now that's not a good outcome. And it's nice to hear the governments now are getting involved. It's nice to hear they're trying to regulate it. But this is a world problem at the moment. This is something that needs to happen right across the world, and it needs deep learners, deep learning human brains to regulate this. Because if surface learners who don't know much about AI are trying to regulate this, then I fear that the small minority, and only a small minority that really truly understand AI, the philosophy of AI, the small minority here will try and do this. And this is bad for humanity. I say this now, being involved in this industry, this is bad for humanity. Mark this video down, okay? Okay, this is one of the reasons why I'm really pushing deep learning. Deep learning for me came from someone that mentored me and showed me these practices. Before that, I had no idea what deep learning was. I didn't even know what surface learning was. I didn't know that everything that I had learned, or the majority of my learning model since the day I left high school or university, was at a surface learning model. Reproducing information for a reward or grade and following the process. And And the beauty about the human brain, the one thing about the human brain that does better than anything, and it's still the most powerful organ, the most powerful thing on the planet, is the ability to do feelings and emotions, which AI will never be able to do, okay? That capacity allows the brain to create, allows the brain to evolve, allows the brain to think new ideas, to act new ideas for the betterment of humanity. But this is the problem here, okay? We have an overwhelming majority of surface learners. Okay? And if you're a surface learner, it's not that hard to become a deep learner. And if becoming a deep learner not only will better your life, not only will allow you to access other areas of your brain, because as a surface learner, on average, they say you only access about 10% of your brain. As a deep learner, you learn to access the rest of it. Every single person has so much creativity inside them. Every single person has so much to say, so many different experiences, and they've experienced it because we have feelings and emotions, and we can leverage that. But as a surface learner, we haven't been able to fully utilize those feelings and emotions. As a deep learner, that's what you do. You leverage, you utilize those feelings and emotions so that you can ultimately find your calling or find your purpose. Because the moment you find that purpose or that calling that's ultimately yours, nothing else around you matters. Nothing else, there's no distractions, it's all about that. And there's no better moment in life than that. And when you experience that, it's life-changing, because that's all you want to do. But this is my vision. This is my vision. Okay? Okay, this is my dream here. Now, they're saying, okay, let's destroy AI, let's kill AI, let's halt it, and all that stuff is fine. And let's do that. Let's try and see how you do that from a worldwide perspective. But I don't think you can do that now. Because if you try to do that, you're going to leave AI to a very small minority of people. And eventually they will get whoever gets super intelligent first will potentially become the most powerful person on the planet. And we don't want that. We don't want a minority to control the rest of the world, because that's dangerous. But this is my future. This is my dream. This is my vision, okay? You got AI here that does data, that does calculation, that does mathematics, programming, coding, learning from patterns better. Better than anything. And remember, AI is just a bunch of wires that's been programmed to do human-like intelligent stuff. And then you got the human as a deep learner. Now, think about this. The majority of humans are deep learners. This is my dream. The majority of humans are deep learners. So they use the deep learning practices every day, daily. They become permanent deep learners and combine with AI. So I see the future with deep learners whose brain keeps on growing exponentially and developing ideas and growing and developing ideas and growing through their feelings and emotions, and being able to leverage that. Because imagine if we're only using 10% of our brain, imagine using 20% of your brain. Imagine using 30% of your brain or 40% of your brain. And these ideas just keep on growing. And the brain, especially when you combine one human deep learning brain with another human deep learning brain and another human deep learning brain, the power in that is unlimited. Because to me, the dream is super human. See, we can get to superhuman very, very fast. We can get to superhuman very far by utilizing both. And so I see the vision where AI becomes your best friend. Everyone will have their own personal AI. But you wake up, it gives you the best advice, it motivates you, it coaches you, it tells you how to be at your best, it tells you what you need to get to your best so that you're at your best creatively. And it's giving you the best feedback, the best advice, and so that you're making decisions to keep continually grow and develop. So the AI's purpose is to best humans. The AI's purpose is to better humans. And as deep learner together, we become superhumans. Now, if we become superhumans, with a majority as deep learners, use AI together to elevate themselves. Now imagine this, you have your own personal assistant daily, and its role is to make sure you accomplish your goals, make sure you accomplish your callings, make sure you got the latest data, make sure you get the latest information, helps you make those decisions, helps you follow that action that is purposeful to you. There is no limit. In fact, it's limitless. And this is one of the reasons for me I'm pushing this, because I see the problem. The alternative is a problem. The alternative to this, and mark this video down, the alternative to this is bad. It's either we elevate ourselves to superhumans, and that can be done, and that's the future and the dream that I see. And when you've got a majority of deep learners, it's harder for the minority of deep learners to take control of AI. Because if you've got a majority of surface learners, it's hard to leverage AI. It's hard to leverage AI. It's hard to get the best out of the AI. You can only do it as a deep learner to get the best out of it. Now, if you've got a minority here, let's say you've got a minority deep learners and the majority of surface learners, what do you think is going to happen? The minority will control the majority. These people will control the world. It's better for humanity for this to be the majority. This is what we want, for this to be the majority and for this to be the minority. And this is best for humanity, it's best for yourself, and the alternative is bad. The alternative is war. And I can see two things. Yes, we need to regulate AI, but the people regulating AI can't be surface learners. It can't be just some people in government that just are learning something at a surface level. It's got to be deep learners regulating this, the people that know. But we need a majority of deep learners, and we need it ASAP, because if AI gets to super intelligence, the mathematics is simple. If AI gets to super intelligence before we get a majority of deep learners, we are in trouble. Humanity will lose. But it doesn't have to be that way. We can turn that around, and humans have evolved, will evolve, and I believe we'll win this if we convert ourselves into superhumans. Deep learning practices are not a gimmick, they are real. They've been around forever. You just haven't been told about it until now.